Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes of the Week. The best thing you can do for this channel is smash that like button like it's your Alabama cousin, so it reaches a wider audience. And now on with the memes. Number one counter to women's complaining about over-sexualized video game characters, women actually love playing the sexy characters. So I guess it's just the ugly girls that want to destroy the gaming business so that men pay attention to them. So cute chicks are awesome, says everyone except the most unattractive women that have never kissed a Chad. I guess that no matter how hard ugly femoids cry, they can't program us to find this type of female attractive. Moving on, if only women voted in presidential elections, this is what America would look like. Yes, women are natural-born socialists and panties. In the long run, we have two choices. Take women's rights away or build our own civilization without them. Men are builders and we liberated women, and if they want to destroy themselves, that karma is on them. We need to make MGTOW country the moment we create our official wombs and lover bots. Number three, this woman says her husband's penis is too big and she can't go on like this. Is this proof that women are never happy with what they have, or is it something else? But I don't think she's shaming him. She's showing him off. Just look at the smile on her face if you don't think so. She wants all the size queens out there to be jealous of her and that she has an elephant trunk to play with at home. Up next, can Indians get any more cliche with their love of holy cow poop? This Toyota Corolla is completely covered in cow dung to keep it cool in India. Is this India's version of automotive air conditioning? Also, why is she leaning on that door? Doesn't she know it's covered in caca? She does, but because it's holy caca, it's okay. She sure has a shit ride though. I thought this was a fake story, but it checks out and is actually real. Coming to a Canadian car dealer near you. Number five, the next time some NPC tells you that the gender pay gap is real and that white males are oppressing women and minorities, tell them that Asian women are making more money than white males, and watch their heads explode. You can't tell them facts like that contradict the official narrative. They just can't compute. You could even show them this. It shows the median household income in the US by ethnic group. South Asians and East Asians are killing it compared to the white folks. Moving on, Boeing is dismantling its DEI department. Gee, who would have thought that hiring unqualified minorities to build multi-million-dollar aircraft would have been a bad idea? Now everyone wants to fly on Airbus instead. With a company like Boeing, you don't just get woke and go broke, but you also literally fall out of the sky. Boeing's Starliner space capsule is a failure, and this Boeing satellite exploded in space as well. Not looking good for them. Number seven, speaking of aircraft, this air worker was sucked into a plane's engine, and it turned her into human pate. She was warned by the pilots and her own crew. She wins the Gold Medal Darwin Award here. Looks like DEI, or didn't earn it, is a self-correcting problem in this case. She probably thought that all the warnings were just misogyny. I'm doing this when I'm 90, just before the dementia takes me. You can't spell die without DEI. Up next, speaking of Toronto Metropolitan University, my old college, it received a letter from Doug Ford, pretty much the governor of this part of Canada, to make sure that qualified people fill the seats instead of reserving 75% of them for DEI students. This is Rob Ford's brother, and recently he scrapped the bike lanes near me. This man is fighting woke and winning. If that university doesn't change its policies, I'm predicting he'll cut their funding. I hope that woke equity policies are ended everywhere in the next few years. Number nine, there's a private group wondering why men haven't gone their own way yet, and are curious what the holdup is. In reality, women are terrified that Chad will go his own way, and they don't care about the other men unless they give them free attention and money. It's funny how women say they don't care about MGTOW, yet they keep talking all about it all the time and try and censor it, and are now even playing the part of the female chameleon by promoting the 4B movement in America. Moving on, here are the final moments of a Russian soldier caught in a Ukraine drone strike. When do we get to see women with such wonderful looks on their faces just before the drones are about to strike them in the battlefield? If they ever start drafting women for war, then they'll have to close all the abortion clinics because women will end up keeping their babies and marching in the streets calling for peace. I feel sorry for this guy. He's so terrified of death that it actually turned him into Gollum. Number 11, we need to bring back normal gay guys. The guy on the left from 20 years ago is traditional compared to the guy on the right. Recently, someone told me their best friend's daughter was dressing up and possibly becoming a lesbian. I told her it's a phase that she'll probably grow out of in the next 10 years or so. A few moments later, she told me she got a top surgery. I guess I was wrong. We also need to bring back normal lesbians with crew cuts wearing Canadian tuxedos. What a world. We want to go back to the world with degeneracy we can actually understand. Up next, would you smash Billie Eilish? I wouldn't, because she looks like something that haunts teenaged boys in their dreams. She looks like a 4 or 5 to me. I think it's the mysterious goth vibe that guys are falling for. I've never listened to her music, and I just listened to her top 5 songs and they all sounded exactly the same. And I couldn't tell them apart. All slow songs with little to no backgrounds. Am I wrong? What am I missing? Number 13, this guy offers this woman $10 to take off her top. She calls him a pervert and says no. But if he goes to her Lonely Fools and pays $8.99, he can see the same thing. So what changed? Why are women okay if guys see them from the comfort of home without their clothes on, but not in public? It's because no one sees those guys looking at them while they're in private. They don't have to worry about losing social status in the eyes of other women by attracting only losers to their page. This is the reality of female promiscuity. Moving on, when people say teachers need to be paid more, I say that the entire education system could be replaced by YouTube. I listen to business investment trading experts that are better than any university professor in finance. I enjoy history videos that are better than all the history classes I've taken in my entire life. All of them for free. The problem isn't education. The problem is getting kids to sit still long enough to accomplish something. Besides, this is who's teaching your kids now. Pronouns are fee, fi, fo, fum. Number 15, this past Halloween, this spirit store had a small town single mother costume complete with consequences of burning the coal, as well as beer, cigarettes, an ankle bracelet, and food stamp card. I'd probably buy this just for the Marlboro menthols. Someone also needs to include the sentence baby daddy not included, somewhere on the package. Also not included, fortunately, is a black eye and split lip. Tell me if I went too far. The costume is a joke after all. Up next, Tradcucks say that America wants to ban corn, but not fully automatic boomsticks. No, America doesn't. It just wants to force you to give up your online anonymity to watch it. They want to build up a profile on your online habits to target you with ads and create predictive algorithms for human behavior. Traditional guys aren't thinking things through. If all corn disappeared tomorrow, that's when you'd see men becoming rapists and a total breakdown of society. Number 17, this Canadian woman who sent poison-laced letters to Donald Trump has been sentenced to 21 years. Wait a minute, that's a woman. Why didn't this get counted as a third assassination attempt? At least she looks as crazy on the outside as she does on the inside. Look at her eyes. Just being in the same room as her would give me nightmares. Moving on, God gives women beautiful eyes, and they put on fake lashes. He gives them soft hands, and they put sharp fake talons on. Millennial Black Pill says our only hope is to take their rights away. But the society that uses technology to procreate and lets the majority of their women go extinct because they refuse to reproduce is going to win. At this point, humanity is like the caterpillar, and it's time for us men to evolve into butterflies and fly away. Number 19, I'm not generally religious anymore, but this one makes sense. That God would take you into the roughest of waters because your enemies can't swim and follow you. More than likely, it's easier to swim in rough waters alone than swim through calm waters surrounded by woke people, trying to drag you down with them. The smart and competent go to the difficult places rather than being in easy places surrounded by difficult people. Up next, CNN Travel says that maybe it's time to limit how often we can travel abroad on carbon passports. Does that include celebrities on their private jets too, or is this just for the plebs? This is so the inmates, citizens in Western countries, can't take their money and escape. They can't have all the tax serfs leaving the asylum countries and going someplace else with their cash. This could also be a reaction to passport bros. If this does get implemented, you would see poor people selling their tax credits to the rich so that the wealthy could keep on flying. Number 21, speaking of asylums, this killer trans PDF file who raped a baby should be in one. She demands to be released from jail for an outrageous reason, to attend an indigenous ceremony, and if they don't release her, she'll probably cry mob racism. I say release her for the ceremony so long as it's called the Dance of the Wood Chipper Fairy. This is why they don't want you to leave your country, so you can keep paying to keep trans PDF files locked up. Moving on, is it true that this is most likely the first North Korean POW captured in Ukraine? I guess the best way to train soldiers is in actual combat. I know this is true because I'm hearing stories about how North Koreans are heading to Ukraine and they're actually getting hooked on phone corn because they've never seen it before. That would be like going from seeing women in the 1880s to seeing everything instantly. At least the North Korean troops are reaching sexual nirvana before their lives end. Number 23, some guy's complaining that if he was born in 1956 instead of 1996, he would have been married with numerous kids by now. Stop complaining and deal with the cards you've been dealt with. We're living in an information age. You can free yourself from work by investing in Bitcoin and AI stocks. You can travel anywhere in the world that's affordable. You can have kids using surrogacy without even having to get married to a nagging wife. And you don't have to be good looking to do any of that. Up next, Jake says that for Japan to survive, it needs to create a multiracial society, because the numbers are saying it's crucial. Why do they always say this? Naomi is half Haitian and half Japanese, and the #1 female tennis player in the world. Japan will probably be the first country to embrace artificial wombs when they eventually come out, and build the first cyberpunk society. Yes, the Japanese should mix with others if they want to lose 20 IQ points from their average citizen. Number 25 and the last one shows you the danger of plastic surgery with Catwoman Jocelyn Wildenstein, before and after numerous surgeries. She's in her 80s. I don't think she looks like a cat though. I think she looks more like what comes out of the kitty litter box. I hope that what she now looks like in the outside matches her inner beauty. So that's it for another Memes of the Week. Please give this video a like to push it up in the algorithm and so new viewers can find it. If you enjoy this series and want me to keep making it, then donate it to PayPal and subscribe to our links below. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.